the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. Make sure you check them out at oiroofing.com. And if you're wondering who I am, well, by golly, my name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you all are as excited as I am to be here as we get ready to rock it for 250 miles around this bad fast Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're going to see cars on the high side, we're going to see cars on the low side, we're even going to see a few cars ripping right through the middle. I'm as pumped up as ever for another great race here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you all are ready for what is coming your way. Tonight's event, as I said, 250 miles. Going to be some qualifying, and then we're going to get after it. Right now, we are in practice. Tyler Hilton in the 52 machine, currently on top of the speed charts with the fastest lap of a 30.225. That was on his 4th lap of the event here in practice. Man, oh man, gonna be a great race. Tyler right now chilling on pit road. Checking out the 19 of Cade Green. Cade Green currently sitting 4th place in the speed chart. Cade had a good run going at Daytona. Saying if he can back that up once again here at Atlanta, race number 2 of the season. Speaking of Daytona, our Daytona winner Steve Baker in the 55 machine right now sitting in 3rd place. We'll see if he can repeat, become a winner here at Atlanta in the AMA Pro Cup. He is rolling off a pit road, gonna get the final few minutes of practice in. While we have a minute, tonight's race is the Glitter and Grace 250. You're wondering what Glitter and Grace is? Well, it is a nail, press-on nail that my wife does. You can find the link down below in the description. Check it out if you would like to buy your wife a present. Can't go wrong with these Glitter and Grace folks who use the Color Street. It's pretty much a fingernail polish that's mostly dry, but not all the way. You apply it, you dry it, you move on with life. No more messy fingernail polish. Comes with all kinds of designs. As I said, the link is provided down below in the broadcast description. If you do stop by, tell them I sent you. As I said, that is my wife running that. It'll be good to see you guys stopping by. Tell her thanks for tonight. Anyway, Steve Baker out on track now. The 24 Sean Cool up on the high side here. Atlanta, no stranger to running cars right along the wall. We will see that all night long. Should be some great racing because of that. Starts are going to be very important. 94 machine of Troy Radford out on track. He is cycling around right now. He is 12th on the speed charts. The 48 of Josh Spalding running a red, white, and blue Lowe's machine. Spalding in 10th place on the speed chart. So with about 40 seconds left to practice, drivers will kick into qualifying here. While we're in qualifying, we'll step away for the national anthem and pick up after that. Go through a little bit of qualifying, as we are now looking at 25 seconds left to go in practice. Drivers need to get out, get that last little bit of test and tune done. Now we're watching Jerry West in the 86 machine. Jerry, a driver from the SRTV network stable. We will be working with Steve Baker. Teammates there. I believe they are still missing one driver, Dustin German, and he is here. He just has not been out on track yet. So Dustin German in the 99. We'll see he's going to make it for qualifying, as that is going to do it for practice. Green flag flying on our qualifying session. That means we're going to step away for a moment. We are going to play the national anthem and then bring you up to speed on qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Qualifying is underway here in the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series, presented by the Ohio Indiana Roofing. This is the Glitter and Grace 250 as contact happened right there as they went into turns 1 and 2. And right now, the man on top of the speed charts is the 94 of Troy Radford. Radford posting the best time so far with a 30.431. Darren Bruce in second place for the moment in that 27 machine. The 18 of Devin Rogers not yet turning in a lap time, but he is out on track trying to get up to speed. Got a few cars entering the track right in front of him, so he is going to have to work around them. Might affect his time a little bit here as he is down on the white line, digging hard. The 42 moving up out of his way. Chris McCullough and Devin Rogers going to post an 11th quickest time. Zachary Taylor right in front of him in 10th place currently. Taylor in the 9 machine using the draft off of the 8. That 8 is driven by Dave McCullough. And Taylor crossing the line. Gonna improve his spot up to 9th in the 8 machine of David McCullough, working into 12th place. 45 seconds left here in qualifying. Tyler Hilton in the 52. Our pole award presented by Hilton Crafts and Designs. Tyler trying to win that award. Right now he is in 10th place. He's got some work to do. Chris Medford, though, sitting on top here. And Medford, as time is running down in that 46 machine, is looking like he is going to get this Hilton Crafts and Designs pole award. And that is going to do it as the checkered flag waves on qualifying. So give it to Chris Medford in the 46. And let's see if we can't get a quick word in with the driver of the 46 machine winning the Hilton Crafts and Designs pole award. Chris, you got your ears on, bud?
How's it going, bud?
It's going great, man. Congratulations. You are on top of the speed charts for the moment. And qualifying going your way so far. What's it going to take to win this race here tonight?
I think a lot of car control. At least in practice, yeah, cars are really slick early on. Just depends how the race goes. There's a lot of fast guys out here. New setup. I really ain't ran much of these high-speed tracks with this, so I'm not sure what really to expect.
All right, Chris. Well, congratulations on winning the pole. Any shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my guys at Falcon Motorsports, Troy, Tyler, and Doug. Troy's got a pretty good-looking car going on. I actually picked the wrong car. I picked the ZL1 instead of the Camry. But I think breast cancer awareness, Hilton Craft and Design, you for broadcasting it, AMA for hosting this series. This is going to be a pretty big thing.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you out there tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on in this race.
Thanks, bud.
Chris Medford, driver of the 46 machine, setting it on pole here for the start of this race, the Glitter and Grace 250 at Atlanta. Now it's time to go through our starting lineup. On row number 1, Chris Medford in the 46. Row 2, Troy Radford in the 94. Or I'm sorry, second place on his outside, Troy Radford in the 94. Row number 2 will be Devin Rogers in the 18 machine and Dave McCullough in the 8. Row number 3 will be made up of Zachary Taylor in the 9 and Kenneth McCullough in the 03. Row 4 will be the 27 of Darren Bruce and the 21 of Stephen Carey. Row 5 will be Dustin Ping in the 1 machine and the 52 of Tyler Hilton. Row 6 will be the 24 of Sean Sweet Stuff Cool and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Row 7 will be the 09 of Wendell Lowe and the 44 of Darren Ray. Row 8 will be the 47 of Ray Radford and the 86 of Jerry West. Row 9 will be the 48 of Josh Spalding and the 99 of Dustin German. Row 10 will be last week's winner, Steve Baker in the 55 and the 19 of Cade Green. Row 11 will be the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 12 of Tony Quadros. Row 12 will be Mike Massengill and Trey Bass. And that is going to do it for our lineup here tonight. Chris Mefford working his way down the backstretch. Your pole sitter, winner of the Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award. We'll see if he can carry on with this good run. 250 miles here at Atlanta. Drivers working their way through 3 and 4 now. Lights are out on the Ford Mustang pace car. We are getting ready to go green flag racing, as only the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series can. Pace car is off and away. Drivers getting up through the gearbox cleanly and quickly is key. And here we go on the green flag, dropping, throttle down, and into turn number 1 we go, side by side for the front row. Meanwhile, Stephen Carey in the 21 is going to slide down right behind Chris Mefford in the 46. Good run by those two as they are easily clearing Troy Radford in the 94. Radford did not get the start he would like to have had. And now the 21 of Carey trying to lead the first lap. He has got to work underneath the 46 of Chris Mefford. He's going to pull it off, and leading lap number 1 will be Stephen Carey in the 21 machine. But Chris Mefford not giving up on that outer lane just yet, charging hard on the outside. He's going to get a good run through the corner here, and he is going to carry that momentum down the back stretch. They enter into 3 and 4 quite equally. Chris Mefford still using that high line. We got 3 cars working that outer lane. I mentioned it in practice. We're going to see this all night long. Drivers running high, low, and in the middle. And Chris Mefford going to lead that lap. Down this Atlanta backstretch. Not a lot of time going straight here at Atlanta. Gotta use that backstretch time, maybe to catch your breath. Take a peek in your mirror, see who's around you, set yourself up for a good entry into 3 and 4. Troy Radford now making a move underneath Carey in the 21. Radford gonna try the bottom for the first time tonight. He's gonna pull it off, but not pull up in front of Carey. Mefford in the 46 trying to take the air off of the 94. Stays to the high side. Now Troy Radford with a good run for the lead. Not quite there yet, as that was led once again by Chris Mefford. Mefford leading 3 laps. Stephen Carey led our opening lap. And now Carey finds himself battling with the 9 of Zach Taylor. Taylor on the inside in that red Haas machine. Right on the back bumper of the 94. Mefford way up along the wall here. That's going to give Troy Radford the lane, and he is going to clear him, and Radford takes the top spot. Can he hold on to it as the 46 of Mefford going to charge right back at him? New leader Troy Radford now he's got to try and find a way to get some speed down this backstretch, separate himself from the field in this draft, as these A cars really pull up to a vehicle in front of them. The draft package that iRacing is running right now has a tremendous amount of drag and what I'd say suck up ability. Chris Mefford going to wash up a little bit there. That is going to allow Zachary Taylor in the 9 machine to make a move on the inside here. Meanwhile, Carey now in 4th place, battling with the 24, Sean Cool. Some great battle going on up front. The 46 and the 9 are going at it. The 24 and the 21 are racing hard side by side. Meanwhile, the 1 machine of Dustin Ping, he is tucked in right behind these guys as we go on our Ohio and Indiana Roofing onboard camera. We ride along with the 1 machine of Dustin Ping in the Chevy Camaro ZL1. Troy Radford opening up a bit of a gap here, trying to separate himself, as I mentioned, from the field. Our fuel run here is going to be about 35 laps, but the tires are going to give out long before that. It's Troy Radford, and we are under caution. Looks like the 44 Darren Ray heavily damaged. Smoke out of the back of that machine. Let's figure out what happened to the 44 here. Darren Ray gonna make contact as they tried to get into turns 3 and 4. Chris McCullough in the 42 was there as the 44 tried to turn in. Not sure the 44 knew that McCullough was there, and McCullough escapes more damage as he didn't even hit that inside wall. Good save on his part. But Darren Ray definitely got some damage on his machine in that 44. It is on pit road being serviced by the crew. Drivers hitting pit lane. I expect we'll see 4 tires by everyone out there. And the race off of pit road is going to be won by Troy Radford. Everyone else down and away. The 03 of Kenneth McCullough did not hit pit road. Timing and scoring is showing him as the race leader, but I believe that he may have been the free pass or car trapped 1 lap down. It looks like he is setting up to come down pit road. The 8 of Dave McCullough also staying out. So Troy Radford will assume the top spot once again. The 8 machine of Dave McCullough trapped between him and the pace car. So if the 8 does not hit pit road, he will get the wave around, tag the tail end of the longest line. But the 94, your race leader, Troy Radford, field cycles around under yellow. Sean Cool in the 24. Good pit stop by his crew, got him out into 2nd place. Zachary Taylor off in 3rd, and Chris Medford, our pole sitter, into 4th place. Rounding out your top 5 after pit stop, Stephen Carey in the 21 machine, gonna be restarting in 5th. So the action is slowed for the first time tonight. Lights are out on the Ford Mustang. Radford picking the high side here for this restart. The 8 of Dave McCullough, permission to pass, pace car granted. Let's see if Stephen Carey can make another bold move. Let's have him take us on board for this restart. Stephen Carey, third car on the inside row. Tucked in behind the 9 of Taylor. Here we go, up to speed through the gearbox, a little bit of tire spin by the 24. Sean Cool's gonna tag the wall. And the caution flag is gonna come out as Sean Cool in the 24 machine lit the tires up, could not gather it back in. Somehow everyone squeezes by, and the caution flag comes out just as fast as the green flag waved. So Troy Radford now is going to catch back up to the pace car. So two very quick cautions here as we are working our second caution already. We do have 148 laps to go. Steve Baker in the 55, lagging behind a little bit here. Last week's winner in that 55 machine. He's going to pull it down pit road. See if we can't get a quick word in with the 94 of Troy Radford. Troy, our race leader. You got your ears on, Troy?
I do, KR. How you doing, bud?
Not too bad. That 94 machine right now sitting out front here. You've led 11 laps and you started to pull away before that first caution happened. Is that going to be an important factor to be able to break the draft here at Atlanta?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it definitely helped having those cars behind me, but really, you know, I think all the speed that you saw there on the first run can be attributed strictly to the paint scheme and the great work that the paint guys did this week.
We're looking at the paint scheme now. I'm not 100% sure I would agree that that is a wise choice of a paint scheme.
Hey, you know, you can say that, but right now results are in, and results are saying I'm up front with that paint scheme on, so I'm saying it's a winner.
All right, Troy, well, that 94 is out front. Two quick cautions here. We saw Sean Cool start on your inside, spun his tires, even though he had made
down in those low gears, getting up, you know, revving up real high. It's just going to be something we're going to deal with, so you're going to have to be real careful. But, you know, fortunately, it didn't look like a ton of cars involved there, at least not from what I saw. So, you know, hopefully we can get some good long green flag runs going.
All right, Troy. Well, good luck to you the rest of the race, man. So far, you're out front, attributing it to a unique paint job.
Absolutely.
Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Right now, just you know, thank you. Actually, I don't have any of my sponsors on this car. This was a last-minute decision, but big shout-out to the Evidence-Based Mommy, Falcon Motorsports, and, of course, National Kidney Foundations, the colors I'm always repping. So.
Hi. Troy Radford, driver in the 94 machine. Lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. It is time to go back racing. That is a unique paint job. I'm laughing on the inside. I'm laughing on the inside. Tyler Hilton in the 52 machine has worked his way up into 6th place. Started in 10th. He has been slowly moving forward. See if that trend continues for that 52 machine. The 12 car right behind him of Tony Quadros running that green City Chevrolet. Paint scheme made famous by the movie Days of Thunder. Looks pretty good out here. All right, here we go. Pace car is off. And this time we're going to try and get up to speed without anyone losing the rear end. Green flag is out and we are back underway. Troy opening the taps here as he's going to send it off into turns 1 and 2. Dustin Ping in the 1 trying to make a move underneath the 9 of Taylor. Taylor right there. Ping having to pinch it off a little bit more than he'd like, and Taylor using the draft provided by the 94 to keep himself into 2nd, but Ping with a good charge into 3 and 4. He's going to slide up into 2nd place. They'll put Dustin Ping into 2nd as he has now set his sights on the 94. He's going to dive down to the inside. Taylor thought about 3 wide for a moment, wisely backed out as that door was closing very quickly. And now Troy Radford has to deal with the 1 on his inside. Here comes Dustin Ping diving down once again right to the white line. But Troy's going to keep that car wound up on the outer lane and hold him off for the moment. The inside line is going to heat up the tires a little bit faster, abuse them a little bit. Troy in the 94 trying to take care of his tires a little bit. Ooh, Ping is going to slide in very close to the 9. Somehow he squeezed in between the 94 and the 9. Thought we were going to see a little bit of contact there, but it works, and we stay green. Driver of the 2 machine, that is Trey Bass. Right now he is sitting in 8th place. Started 24th, so he has gained a lot of ground here at Atlanta very early on. Only 22 laps into this race with 2 cautions thrown into the mix. But he has been on the move. Right now he is tucked in behind the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Closing the gap just a little bit on him. This is a fixed setup league. Bass making a peek to the inside here. Doesn't have anything for Wysocki for the moment. Having to lift off the throttle just a little bit. Right in front of Doug Wysocki is the 18 of Devin Rogers. Rogers trying to close the gap to the 52 of Tyler Hilton. Field getting single file now. They work their way off of 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. Troy Radford leading the field. Looks like everyone has decided a little bit too much action early in this race. I'm going to settle in, log some laps, maybe let these tires burn off a little bit and see who can conserve the best. Radford comes around to lead his 21st lap of the race. Meanwhile, Taylor and Carey are going at it. Carey trying to work the outside lane. Gets a good run into the corner, but the 9 of Taylor going to charge up off the corner there and have the good run down the backstretch. Meanwhile, the 03 of Kenneth McCullough and Dave McCullough in the 8. Those two, we saw them on a little bit of a different pit strategy. Dave McCullough had to take the wave around. Kenneth McCullough got the free pass in that 0-3. They're both back on the lead lap. That will give us 18 cars on the lead lap here tonight. Cade Green in the 19 machine. He's the first car one lap down. The only other car that is a lap down is the 47 of Ray Radford. Ray right now running out there all by himself, doesn't have a whole lot of traffic around him. He is in 20th place. Logging some laps, keeping it cool and collected. Darren Bruce in the 27 machine. Another car that is out there by himself. Bruce was on pit road for an extended amount of time trying to hammer out some damage. Got a little bit of a crinkle on the right front still. He is trapped 4 laps down in 21st place. We started 23 cars here tonight. 2 of them have dropped out due to significant damage. That is the 24 Sean Cool, who will be scored in 22nd place, and Darren Ray in the 44 machine will be in 23rd. Both those drivers have packed up and headed home. Troy Radford, your race leader, has been out front for 25 laps, coming around to make it 26. Tyler Hilton in the 52 has moved into 4th place as Kerry in the 21 drops back 1 spot. Meanwhile, the 99 of Dustin German battling underneath the 18 of Devin Rogers. German into 6th, Rogers into 7th. And our pole sitter, Chris Medford, fallen to 8th place in that Mountain Dew 46 machine. The 55 of Steve Baker. Not too long ago, he was all the way down into 18th place. He has moved up into 9th and working his way back to the front, seeing if he can go back to back as he won the race at Daytona. Now he's going to try and look for a way around the 46 of Medford. Baker peeking in the outside. Rogers in the 18 had to lift a little bit. That's going to break his momentum. Chris Medford in the 46 diving down to the inside. The 18 of Rogers stuck on the outside here. That's not a bad thing at Atlanta. Gives you a good run down the backstretch. Steve Baker trying to find a way around both these cars. Rounding out your top 10 is the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Right now, Doug in 10th, watching this battle. As Steve Baker is going to try and squirt past the 18, but the 18 says not so fast. Still got some momentum on this outside lane. But Doug Wysocki in the 45 now going to lose a spot to the 86 of Jerry West. Jerry sticks it to the bottom through 3 and 4, slides up in front as he is working his way to the front of the field. Now Jerry West in the 86 trying to make a move on Devin Rogers. Rogers on the high side. Rogers definitely starting to move back a little bit. Don't know if he abused his tires in the first part of this run or if he decided that it was time to take it easy and save a little bit. We are working 25 laps since these drivers were last on pit road. Our fuel run, as I said, is right around 35 laps. We did have 2 very quick cautions right there. Our fuel numbers are going to be skewed a little bit, but I expect to see these guys on pit road here in about 10 to 15 laps if we stay green, and that will be a bit of a short pit. I am of the opinion here in Atlanta, if you want to gain some spots, you want to be the first one on pit road, as the 12 of Quadros going to tag the wall hard. Tony Quadros into trouble here in that 12 machine. We stay green, but the 12 washed up the track, slammed the outside wall, chased it all the way down to the inside wall, as he is heavily damaged on both sides of that car now. The 12 machine of Quadros falling behind here with that impact. He's going to be one of those guys hoping for a caution, because he has got a lot of damage to work on there. But your race leader is the 94 of Troy Radford. He is out front and looks to be pulling away from Dustin Ping in the 1 machine. Radford leading another lap, makes it 35 laps for him. Very dominating performance here in the early stages of the race. We are nearing, I guess we're at the quarter mark, nearing the quarter mark. 163 laps the total distance. Got a few drivers battling for position here. That is the 09 of Wendell Lowe and the 2 of Trey Bass. Wendell in the Mission 22 VFW machine. Trey Bass in that 2 Miller Lite. D Bass has a little bit of damage on the right side. Very easy to get into this outside wall coming up off of 2. We saw that happen to Tony Quadros. And now the 09 trying to make a move on the inside here. Wendell Lowe peaking, but not there yet, as the 2 of Bass and charge right back to the start finish line, holding on to 14th spot. In front of him is the 42 of Chris McCullough. We saw McCullough get tangled up with the 44 that brought out the first caution. McCullough able to continue on, but with a little bit of damage here on this very aero-dependent Atlanta track. Looks to be slowing him up just a little bit. And the 48 of Josh Spalding just in front of him. Spalding sitting in 12th place. Started 17th, has gained a few spots since the start of this race. Nine machine of Zachary Taylor dealing with the 55 of Steve Baker just in front of him. Well, I'm sorry, that is the 99 of Dustin Derman. Steve Baker in the 55 right behind him. And Tyler Hilton in the 52 tucked in tight behind Steve Baker. As Baker is making a move on the inside here. Baker wants into 4th place. Taylor not letting him have it just yet. Tyler Hilton in the 52 and 6th. He's watching this, and man, that was a pucker factor right there. Ooh, contact made between the 9 and the 52. The 9 saves it. Good save by the 9. Tyler Hilton in the 52 had to check up a little bit, as Zachary Taylor trying to hold on to the spot. And now Jerry West in the 86 able to take advantage of the lost momentum from the 52. To move Jerry West into 6th place. Steve Baker is 4th, Zachary Taylor 5th. And Troy Redford just pulling away. He now has a 1.7 second lead over Dustin Ping. And we have yet to see anyone hit pit road under this green flag run. As Dustin Ping and Dustin German are going to go side by side through 3 and 4. Ping going to lose the spot to German. Ooh, Derman. Made up a new last name there. They'll put Dustin German in the 99 into 2nd. German able to hold on to some speed here in the later stages of the run. That is going to be something to keep track of because we have been a green flag for quite a while now. Just a handful of laps away from green flag pit stops. Ooh, we got trouble on the backstretch. Wendell Lowe, Dave McCullough, and the 19 of Cade Green. Here comes Tony Quadros in the 12 trying to squeeze through. We go to our instant replay here. The 8 and the 9 battling side by side through 1 and 2. Contact made at the corner exit. The 8's going to go hard into the wall. Cade Green on the brakes trying to get on it slowed down. McCullough's going to tag that inside wall a ton. Heavily damaging that 8 machine. Smoke billowing out the back of it. That is not going to be good news for the 8. He is on pit road. Troy Radford leading the rest of the drivers onto pit road as well. Bedford overshooting his pit box there a little bit, had to back up. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Everyone taking 4 tires and fuel. Troy Radford away, Dustin German. Drag race from there on back. Dustin Ping and Jerry West coming off next. Steve Baker, 5th driver off of pit road. Zachary Taylor right behind them. So while we have a moment, guys, we're going to step away for a sec. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The field formed up, ready to go green flag racing once again. Troy Radford choosing the outside lane. It's worked for him so well so far. Why not keep at it? But he will have a new contender on the inside. That is the 99 of Dustin German. Dustin German doing a good job working his way through the field, along with the 86 of Jerry West. Those two drivers have been on the move to the front. So here we go. Green flag is out and we are back underway here for the Glitter and Grace 250. And Troy Radford easily pulling out to a 2-car length lead, but Dustin German having some help from Dustin Ping. Gonna get a good run through 1 and 2. Gonna peek to the inside and it is gonna try and make a move here. Troy Radford choosing the outside lane into 3 and 4. And now the 99 sails on by the 94. New leader Dustin German in the 99 as he is going to lead his first lap of the race. Jerry West and the 86 teammates working together there in that inside lane. The 99, the 86, and the 55 all out of the same stable. They were running nose to tail there for a minute. Steve Baker in the 55. Right now he is in 5th, watching this 2x2 battle take place in front of him. We go on board with Baker in the 55 machine. Baker trying to make it 2 for 2. Right now as we are nearing lap 50, we are on lap 55. Baker has set his sights for the front of the field, and now he is there. Troy Radford battling back on the outside. Radford going to lead this lap. Dustin German led 2 laps. Dustin Ping working with the 94 to get around the 99. And now Ping trying the inside lane. And Dustin Ping with a good run down this backstretch, but he's got to be able to carry the momentum up into the front stretch as Troy Radford really has that car working good on the outside lane. And Radford gonna lead another lap, make that 50 laps led by Troy Radford here tonight. Cars are mixing it up all across the field here. Josh Spalding in the 48 machine. He has moved into 7th place. Chris Mefford in the 46, right behind him in 8th. Tyler Hilton at one point was running in 4th place. He has fallen all the way to 9th. Now he makes a move underneath the 46 of Chris Mefford. Devin Rogers in the 18 machine. He is battling with the 42 of Chris McCullough. Two by two, we got 4 rows of that going on. Doug Wysocki in the 45 on the outside of the 03, Kenneth McCullough. McCullough is going to try and give a little bit of a shunt to the 18, give him some momentum through the corner. Meanwhile, Dustin Ping in the 1 still trying to find a way around the 94 at Troy Radford, as Radford is working that outer lane very well here. Disrupts the momentum of the car on the inside. They can't quite drift up as high as they'd like to carry the speed up off the corner. And Troy doing a wonderful job through 3 and 4 to carry that momentum down the front stretch. He does a nice job in 1 and 2, but we've seen him really use the draft down the back stretch, try and get underneath him in 3 and 4. And Troy has to work around that, but Dustin Ping in the 1, sitting in 2nd, not letting Troy get away from him this time. Dustin German in the 99, restarted 2nd and has fallen to 3rd here. Jerry West in the 86, right behind him. Again, those teammates running nose to tail the drivers of the SRTV Network stable, sitting 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As it looks like the battle up front has settled down just a little bit. Meanwhile, the 42 of Chris McCullough, teammate behind him, White Trash Racing, Kenneth McCullough in the 03 and the 42, both hailing from that stable. They are trying to work together now to get by the 46 of Chris Mefford. Devin Rogers right behind them in the 18 machine, sitting in 12th place. He's watching this battle. Rogers had good pace in qualifying, but has not yet been able to find his groove here in the race. He's fallen back a little bit, but the race is still early. We got some more action back up front as Dustin Ping trying to find a way around Radford once again. Ping on the inside lane. He's going to sail it off into 3 and 4. Once again, Troy Radford with a good run off the corner. Going to hold on to the lead for now. Steve Baker in the 55. Thought about making a move on the 86 of Jerry West. Held my breath for just a minute there as I thought I was going to see him go 3 wide into 1 and 2. Wisely, it looked like Baker backed out of it. Meanwhile, Josh Spalding in the 48. Big save by him. He laid down some black tire marks and has stacked up the cars behind him. Broke his momentum. Tyler Hilton able to recover quickly. He's going to find a way around the 48. But man, that was a hold your breath moment as Josh Spalding went into the corner. Everyone there to avoid further contact and damage. Kenneth McCullough in the 03 right now. He is in 9th place. He's slowly been working his way to the front. Rounding out your top 10 is the 42 of Chris McCullough. The 46 of Chris Medford, our Hilton Crafts and Designs Pull Award winner. He has fallen to 11th place here. He's all over the back bumper of the 42 machine. Not able to make anything happen just yet. Meanwhile, back up front, Jerry West in the 86 making a move on the 1 of Dustin Ping. Getting down underneath him, Dustin German in the 99. He's got a good long run car. He is starting to take advantage of that as we were last on pit road almost 19 laps ago as Troy Radford's going to scrape the outside wall, going to break his momentum up. That is going to allow Dustin German to pull alongside of him. They go side by side into 3 and 4, and Radford has definitely slowed up there. Now he is going to slide into second behind Dustin German. And German, with a clean nose on his car, he is looking to pull away here. As the 94 Troy Radford, more issues. He came up off the corner sideways there. Had to lift to catch it, and that is going to allow Jerry West to squeeze on by. So the damage on that 94 really slowing him up. Our early race leader, dominating performance here in the early stages of the race. Now he finds himself trapped on that outside lane without a lot of speed. He's going to tag the wall again. Heavy contact that time. And Troy Radford just having a series of incidences coming off at turn number 4 here, really slowing that car down. Dustin Ping going to slide on by him on the front stretch here. To put Ping in the 4th, Troy Radford falling into 5th, but Dustin German in the 99, your race leader now, all the way from 18th place. Doing a great job here in the long run situation, saving his tires, saving some speed in that thing. And it is paying off for now as he is leading. Nothing but clean track ahead of him. Able to run wherever he would like. Maximum downforce on that car. Able to get into the corners, hit his marks. Not have to worry about what's going on around him, so he is turning some very solid laps right here. Tire fall off is about 2 seconds at this point from everyone's fastest lap. As the caution flag is going to come out, it looks like Wendell Lowe in the 09 once again involved in a situation. We might have backed that up just a little too much. I think Wendell Lowe was coming off of pit road. The 46 of Chris Mefford is definitely slow. See if we can figure out what happened to the 46. Mefford battling with the 21 of Stephen Carey. And it looked like maybe Mefford was going to try and hit pit road. Carey did not get the message. Tags the 46. And we are under caution here, and everyone coming down pit road. 4 tires and fuel as we are nearing the halfway mark. '99 into his pit box cleanly, gonna get serviced by his crew. 4 tires, very important here. Chris McCullen, the 42, did miss his pit box. I expect to see the 94 Troy Radford hammer out some of that damage he got from the outside wall. And here comes Dustin German down and away. Steve Baker and Jerry West come off pit road 2nd and 3rd. Dustin Ping 4th, and rounding out your top 5 is the 52 of Tyler Hilton. So Dustin German coming away with the lead. We're going to step away for a minute, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Glitter and Grace 250. If you haven't done so yet, check out the links provided down below for the OI Roofing and the Glitter and Grace companies. Hit them up, tell them you saw their website from this broadcast. While you're at it, go ahead and give this broadcast a thumbs up. Means a lot to the drivers, lets them know you appreciate the show that they are putting on here tonight. Dustin German in the 99, leading the 55 of Steve Baker. That will be row number 1 for this restart as the pace car is off and we are back on the throttle and away we go. The 99 getting a good jump, easily pulling out. Steve Baker losing the spot to Jerry West in the 86. Meanwhile, 52 Tyler Hilton on the inside of the 48, Josh Spalding. Spalding not giving up on that outside lane just yet. Gonna send it into the corner there with a good head of steam. Can he make it work on the front stretch though? Spalding carrying that momentum from the outside, trying to get around Tyler Hilton. Not able to do so just yet as they work their way into 1 and 2. Dustin Ping on the outside as well, trying to find a way around Steve Baker. Dustin Ping in the 1 machine with a good pass there. He's going to slide into 3rd place. Steve Baker falling to 4th. We are nearing the halfway mark. 163 laps scheduled distance. Zachary Taylor with a bit of a wiggle up off the corner of turn 2. And now Jerry West in the 86 out front looking to lead his first lap of the race. And Jerry West is going to get it done. Guess that's his 2nd lap of the race. And now Dustin German in the 99 trying to challenge right back on the inside. Is going to make it work. Dustin Ping in the 1, working that outside lane, has been there without help now for a little bit. Holding tough and actually gaining some ground as he has now moved that car into 2nd place. Jerry West on the inside following the 99 of Dustin German. Joshua Spalding, meanwhile, in the 48 machine. Battling on the outside of the 9 of Zachary Taylor. Tyler Hilton in the 52 has lost some ground. He has fallen to 8th place. Chris McCullough in the 42 machine. Right now he is in 7th. Check in real quick on the 94 at Troy Radford. After an extended pit stop there trying to hammer out some damage, he has found his way to 10th place, right in front of the 21 of Stephen Carey. But the battle up front is as intense as ever. The 86, the 99, and the 55. They might be teammates, folks, and they are running each other very clean, but they are running each other very hard. We are on the downhill side of this race now. We are past the halfway mark. No one can make it on fuel from here. I expect to see at least 2 more pit stops. Of course, a caution will change things up. We have had 4 cautions for 16 laps here. We have 77 laps to go. Had 10 lead changes here at Atlanta. So far, the most laps led has been the 94 Troy Radford. And now Steve Baker in the 55, making a move underneath Jerry West. He is going to pull off the top spot, but can he hold on to it to the start-finish line? Steve Baker leading the charge off of turn number 4, coming around the start-finish line, and Baker is officially your new leader and officially leading his first lap of the race. We'll see if he can find a way to win this thing and make it 2 in a row. Spalding in the 48 though, he has been on the move, and now he is making a move for 3rd place and easily gets it done around the 99 of Dustin German. But German has a pace that really lends itself to come on strong in the later stages of a tire run. I wonder what Joshua Spalding is doing to his tires to charge through the field like he is right now. He is moving to the front in a hurry. We go on aboard with the 48 machine. Want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have 19 cars in this race still. 16 cars are on the lead lap. Wendell Lowe in 17th. He is the first car any number of laps down, and he is 6 laps down. Wendell Lowe and Cade Green are both trapped 6 laps down right now, running 17th and 18th place. Darren Bruce in the 27 machine, he has scored 19th, 9 laps down. Those are the last 3 cars out running on the track. We have had 4 drivers pack up and head home early. In 20th will be the 8 machine of Dave McCullough. Ray Radford in the 47 will be scored 21st. Sean Cool in the 24 is 22nd. And Darren Ray in the 44 is 23rd. And Josh Spalding, while we were trying to go through the field a little bit there, makes a solid move for the lead. And Spalding has picked up his first laps led of the race. Jerry West in the 86 though is having none of that. West wants the lead back. Spalding isn't going to let him have it without a fight. And West going to make a move down to the inside, charging in hard. In fact, Spalding way up the track, losing a lot of ground. He is going to fall from the lead to 4th as the SRTV drivers get right underneath him. All 3 of them are able to make the pass in one corner. Not sure what happened to Spalding there as he washed up the track. And he lost a lot of ground as he did lead 1 lap and then fell to 4th place. Meanwhile, Dustin Ping leading this group of drivers. The 18 of Devin Rogers right behind him. The 94 Troy Radford, though, trying to make a move underneath him. Radford, since the drop of the green flag, has not been moving to the front extremely fast, but here he is making a move underneath the 18. Medford in the 46, rounding out the top 10. Very fast in qualifying. In fact, fast enough to win the Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award. Now he finds himself in the middle of the pack here, battling with 4 cars, 3 cars in a 4-car battle. Wow, you know what? I'm going to try and say that once again. Chris Medford finds himself battling with 3 other cars. That works. That one worked. We'll stick with that sentence. Hugging the white line there as he tries to drive down underneath the 18 of Devin Rogers. Side by side they go. Onto the backstretch, contact made. Rogers gonna go for a spin. And Devin Rogers in the 18 brings it to a stop as the caution flag is gonna come out. Rogers and Medford were battling and coming up off of turn number 2. Looks like Medford washed up just a little bit. Devin Rogers got hooked, able to keep it off the wall there. So good news for Rogers. But the race is slowed down once again, and we will see these guys hit pit road one more time. This will set us up for one more pit stop. Should it go green the rest of the way. Jerry West having to back up a little bit there. That's going to cost him some time. 4-tire stop on that machine though. I believe everyone will be taking 4 tires as Chris Medford backs up a little bit as well. And Steve Baker is going to come off in the lead. Josh Spalding in second. The new leader, Steve Baker. That black and gold SRTV network on the hood. While we're cycling around, let's see if we can't get a word in with the 55 of Steve Baker. Steve, you got your ears on, bud?
What's that, KR?
Ah, there's Steve. Well, Steve, this race has proved to be very interesting. It looks like you won the race off of pit road, coming to what could be the last 63 laps of this race. What's it going to take to keep your teammates behind you in that hard-charging 48?
Yeah, man. Well, I think we all 4 have pretty fast cars. We've been able to drive up through the field and sort of been able to keep our equipment under us. I think we're going to have to come back down pit road one more time at least. We've seemed to have a caution at the end of every green flag run. So we'll see if that happens again. If not, it'll be whoever's best on green flags run, or on the green flag pit stop, I guess, because I feel like we're all 4 right there with each other. Seems like whoever started out front, though, has had a little bit of a disadvantage with tires getting burned up a little quicker because they have to sort of keep the pace. But we'll see how that goes here.
Well, 55 looking very solid here tonight. Your teammates have all worked together to get to the front, and then you guys started racing hard but clean. You know, how often do you guys work together to be able to run like you have been?
Oh man, we're constantly chatting with each other, just trying to get everybody up here, and then it's sort of every man for themselves, as you saw, and it's we definitely want each other to finish well, but we, you know, each one of us wants to win the race, so we're out there to win it.
All right, man. Well, lights have gone out on the pace car. We'll let you go, but before we do, any shout outs or thank yous?
Thanks to Tyler and Mike putting the show on. You for broadcasts as always, and my teammates out here tonight and everybody else.
That is Steve Baker, driver of the 55 machine, your race leader right now as he is electing the inside line. He's going to have to battle with the 48 of Joshua Spalding for this restart. The 12 of Tony Quadros. We saw him tag that outside wall and then hit the inside wall early in this race. Good job by his pit crew to hammer out some damage. He's taken advantage of each yellow and worked on it. And right now, Tony Quadros sitting in 10th place. Good job on his part to keep that car underneath him. Stay patient and let the crew work on it. But the pace car is off, and here we go. Steve Baker in the 55 starts to accelerate, and Josh Spalding on his outside disappears behind structure, but comes out looking like he is going to slide down behind the 86 of Jerry West. Jerry making a good move, timing his restart just right and staying right there with Steve Baker as they work their way down the Atlanta backstretch. Into 3 and 4 they go. Jerry West thought about making a move to the outside. He is just going to stay right where he's at. Meanwhile, they're going to go 3 wide in the back. Zachary Taylor trying to make a move. And that is going to get close. Stephen Carey, Tyler Hilton, and Zachary Taylor running 3 wide there. Taylor now going to slide down. Steve Baker falling to 3rd as Jerry West and Joshua Spalding find a way around him. Troy Radford in the 94 machine. Tagged the wall not too many laps ago, lost a whole bunch of ground, had to spend a lot of time on pit road. Here he is up into 4th, but then he's going to tag the wall again. So that 94 machine got some speed in it still, but broke his momentum there as he hit the outside wall trying to get into the corner. But this lead pack of cars is really all sorts of high, low, and middle right now. Zachary Taylor in the 9. Stephen Carey in the 21. Taylor looking to the inside here. Very close quarters right there as they were coming up off the corner. Everyone sorts it out. We stay green. The 45 of Doug Wysocki. Watching all of this going on in front of him, just hoping that no one crashes in front of him and collects him. Hard to know where they're going to wreck. Especially when they're going 3 wide right in front of you. The Jerry West out front has led for 15 laps. Spalding in the 48, Baker in the 55, sitting 2nd and 3rd respectively. Dustin German in the 99 machine, riding around in a 4th place. Dustin Ping rounding out your top 5. We have had another car drop out of the race. Hit the hauler, load up, and head home early. That is the 27 of Darren Bruce. He will be scored in 19th place. Jerry West leading these drivers. Spalding in the 48 gets a good run through the straightaways, but into the corner has to give way to the air that the 86 puts off and backs up and loses a little bit of ground. But the front 5 cars, 6 cars now, really have not decided who wants to run where. And it is made for, we got one to the inside. I believe that is Tony Quadros. Once again, he is going to that inside wall as he got loose off of off of turn 2. That 12 machine grabs a gear, gets rolling. We stay green. As the 12 trying to get up to speed is lighting the tires up. He is going to pull down to the infield. As the leaders come around to put him a lap down, that 12 machine going to hit pit road. We stay green, but that was the second time for Tony Quadros to come up off the corner of turn number 2, get loose, tag the inside wall. This time it looks like it could be extensive damage as he headed straight for pit road. So your race leader is the 86 of Jerry West. Joshua Spalding in the 48, tucked in right behind him. Again, Spalding makes a move to the outside here, but loses some ground through the corner, but then uses the draft down the straightaway to pull right back to the back bumper. But Jerry West, one smooth customer. Very calm, cool, and collected behind the wheel. Has been out front now for 22 laps in this event. Most laps led so far is the 94 of Troy Radford, but with damage sustained in several incidences with the outside wall, he has fallen to 7th place. '55 is Steve Baker. Right now he is sitting in 3rd, watching Josh Spalding try and find a way around the 86, trying to find some holes in the armor. Right now our top 5 looks something like that. The 86, the 48, the 55, the 99, and the 21. The caution flag is going to come out. Looks like the 52 of Tyler Hilton has found trouble here at Atlanta. Go to our replay here. Zachary Taylor in the 9 is going to tag that outside wall. Tyler Hilton gets his nose in the grass a little bit and then hard into the safer barrier. So he tried to work around Taylor. That safer barrier just caught the 52 machine and brought it to a complete stop. We are back under caution once again. This is our 6th caution of the night. It looks like everyone will be coming down pit road this time. Still a long ways to go. Don't believe anyone can make it on fuel from here. It would be close if they could do it. You'd have to be saving from the get-go. Drag race between Jerry West and Spalding. West is gonna win that little battle. So Jerry West in the 86 holds on to the top spot. Good pit stop by his crew. So as no one go anywhere, we'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Glitter and Grace 250. This is the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series, presented by the Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. Check them out at oiroofing.com. Jerry West, your race leader, choosing the inside line. Joshua Spalding in the 48. Gonna restart right on his outside. Row number 2 will be made up of Steven Baker and the 99 of Dustin German. Row 3 will be the 21 of Stephen Carey and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Lights are out on the Ford Buttstain. Pretty sure there's been a malfunction. We'll see it hit pit road this time to get that serviced. Good thing it's not in the race, otherwise it would be many laps down. However, our pace car has led for 23 laps for a total of 6 times. We do have 43 laps to go and is just outside the fuel window. We will see one more stop from here as the green flag comes out. Jerry West gets on the throttle and clears the 48 very easily. Dustin German sliding down in front of Steve Baker. First 5 cars get single file nose to tail. Doug Wysocki in the 45 machine working the outside lane as the 46 of Chris Medford trying to make his way back to the front. Medford fell through the running order after qualifying on pole. Here he is making a charge to the front in the later stages of the race. Now Mefford onto the outside of Kenneth McCullough. McCullough in the 03 from the White Trash Racing stable. Him and Chris McCullough have worked together here earlier on in the race, but right now they are separated by several cars as Chris McCullough finds himself all the way down in 14th place. We're down to 14 cars on the lead lap. The first car scored in the lap down category is the 12 of Tony Quadros, and he has scored 2 laps down. Meanwhile, the front 4 have been very solidly in the top 5. Jerry West, your race leader. Joshua Spalding in the 48. Dustin German in the 99. The 55 of Steve Baker sitting in 4th. And Stephen Carey in the 21 machine, quietly making his way back to the front. Him and Chris Mefford have had an up and down race. They started up front, fell through the running order, and now they have felt it is time to get their cars to the front. And Chris Mefford in the 46 will make a power move on the outside of Steve Baker. Can he make it stick? Not quite there yet as Steve Baker challenges back on the inside. Mefford, though, not giving up. Working the outside lane, inching forward, and he is going to make the pass on the 55 of Baker. But here comes Baker again on that inside lane for the front stretch. Field working its way down the backstretch. Tony Quadros there, lap down car, trying to keep that engine wound up, but heavily damaged is that 12 machine. I have caught up with the driver of the 52, an early exit for Tyler Hilton. Tyler, how you doing, and are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just kind of a tough break tonight, but definitely a little bit aggressive out there tonight, but it's fun racing for sure.
That 52 machine, unfortunately, an early exit for you. We saw it as it looked like the 9 tagged the outside wall, came down in front of you. You clipped the grass and ended up just coming to a very sudden stop on the front stretch there. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, we were coming out of 4. The 9 was a little bit high, got into the wall, got a little loose, and when he did, I thought he was going to come back down the track. I tried to slow up to miss him, caught the grass a little bit, got a little bit loose, and I think it was the 03 or somebody kind of tagged me in the rear, and there was just nothing I could do from there. It was hooked right and went straight in the wall. Probably one of the hardest hits at least I've ever had, especially here at Atlanta. So tough night for the Ohio and Indiana roofing Toyota Camry for Falcon Motorsports, but we'll pack it up and get it back together and get them again next week at ISM.
All right, Tyler. Well, unfortunate exit for you, but glad to see your spirits are high and hope to see you out there next week.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate everything you're doing, KR. Turn 3 Racing Network. You guys put on a great show. We appreciate all of our fans. This is great. It's a great racing out here. It's definitely definitely tough on track for sure. I don't know how the broadcast is looking or anything, but we can feel it on track. It's definitely high aggression on it, fighting these cars with the tires and the heat. But it's a good series, and I appreciate everybody that supports us on it.
That is the driver of the 52 machine, Tyler Hilton. Early exit for him tonight. He will be scored in 18th place. Not the finish he wanted to have. He had a good, solid car running. At times he was up inside the top 5, but always inside the top 10. Meanwhile, Jerry West in the 86 has been out front for 41 laps. Joshua Spalding in the 48 has been tucked right to his back bumper. Dustin German in the 99 sitting in 3rd place. And Steve Baker in the 55, last week's race winner. He will round out this group of 4 drivers as they have broken away from the field here. Stephen Carey in 5th place. Kenneth McCullough in the 03. Right behind him, Dustin Ping in the 1 machine. And Troy Radford making a move on Dustin Ping down the backstretch. Radford not satisfied with 8. He's going to try and get that 94 into 7th spot. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Watching all this go on, Doug Wysocki having a solid night here. Been inside the top 10 for quite a while. Now he's watching these 2 drivers battle side by side right in front of him. Seems like Wysocki finds himself watching some of these battles going on. Got to be wondering, why does everyone got to fight right in front of me? Doug doing a good job keeping the nose clean on that 45. Laps are starting to wind down here. We will see one more pit stop if we stay green. I will expect to see everyone come down pit road each time we have a yellow. Tires are that important here at Atlanta. Devin Rogers in the 18 machine. He will round out your top 10. Rogers doesn't have a whole lot of cars around him right now, sitting there just logging some laps. He's about 0.8 seconds behind Doug Wysocki. And then he has a 2.1 second lead over Chris McCullough in the 42. As we got Troy Radford and Doug Wysocki hitting pit road. So green flag pit stops are starting to happen. 2 cars on the pit road for this. They are going to try and short pit here. They are within their fuel window. And Jerry West in the 86, he's not going to let that stand. He's going to hit pit road. Stephen Carey is going to stay out. So is Josh Spalding. Spalding stays out in the 48 machine. But now that green flag pit stops are happening, he cannot continue to stay out there. His fall off is way too much. Steve Baker in the 55. A little bit of a long pit stop for him here. I believe Baker is going to get caught for speeding on pit road. And Spalding continues to stay out there and run solid laps. But he will be much slower than everyone on fresh tires. Stephen Carey in the 21, he is sitting in 2nd place now. When will these 2 drivers hit pit road? They are holding out hope for a caution at this point. Not a bad strategy, but it is a gamble as most of the drivers have hit pit road. First car out there on fresh tires is the 86. Oh my goodness, Devin Rogers in the 18, big moment there. But Jerry West in the 86, he is trapped 1 lap down right now, but he does have 4 fresh tires. He is running a lap time as he crosses the start-finish line here of a 30.575. Josh Spalding's last lap was a 31.837, so a 1.2 second difference. As Spalding continues to stay out on the track. If he can get a caution here, he will trap these guys 1 lap down. I expect to see, even if they are 1 lap down, the free pass will hit pit road, but the other drivers will take the wave around. They will end up on older tires. So this might actually be a very good strategy, but it is based off of needing a caution. If it stays green, he is giving up a whole lot of time to Jerry West, as Jerry is working his way off of turn number 2 here. Spalding already in view. So now it is all dependent on if we get a caution, when that caution comes out. Devin Rogers in the 18 had a big moment in front of these guys. He's another driver that has not hit pit road. We have 5 drivers who have not made pit stops. Josh Spalding, Stephen Carey, Devin Rogers, and Dustin Ping, along with Trey Bass. The 2 machine of Trey Bass with a good head of steam. He is going to slide it into 3rd place. Dustin Ping in the 1, battling with the 18 now. This is for 4th spot, as they have to give way to fresh tires. A 42 of Chris McCullough charging through these drivers on older tires. Now Josh Spalding in the 48. Jerry West has caught him, put himself back on the lead lap. Dustin German in the 99, going to try and unlap himself. German, though, is already 1.6 seconds behind Jerry West. So if we stay green, Dustin German has got his work cut out for him. But getting yourself back on the lead lap here, very important. Because if the caution comes out, you'll be able to be on the same pit strategy. And here comes the 48 onto pit road for what could be the final stop. But Joshua Spalding gave up a whole lot of time to Jerry West. Stayed out for as long as he could. And now Stephen Carey in the 21 is your race leader. We have 13 laps to go. We will have 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered. When will Carey hit pit road? He's going to elect to stay out for another time around. He might just try and run this thing dry. Josh Spalding in the 48, out on the track once again, finds himself as the 3rd car on fresh tires. Jerry West, Dustin German already making their pit stops. They are running in front of him. Dustin German is about 4.5 seconds ahead of Spalding. So Spalding lost a lot of ground on that gamble, didn't pan out. That can happen from time to time as Steve Baker in the 55 machine trying to make a move underneath the 48. Looks like he's going to be able to do it as Baker now sliding into 7th spot. And Kerry is on pit road. But the 86 of Jerry West gonna come by. Now Jerry West finds himself into 2nd place. The 2 machine of Trey Bass is now your race leader. He has not made a pit stop yet. Heavily damaged on the front end of that thing. 10 laps to go. That 2 leads its first laps of the race. Started in 24th, made his way all the way up to the front, has led a lap, and now he is going to hit pit road. Jerry West flashing by on the outside. Jerry is going to assume the top spot once again. So Jerry West, with 9 laps to go, finds himself out front with a 2.1 second lead over the 99 of Dustin German. Steve Baker sitting in 3rd, almost 5 seconds behind Dustin German, 7 seconds off the race lead. These green flag pit stops have really sorted the field out. Everyone really spread out. The 4th place car, that is the 94 of Troy Radford. Going to be a good comeback for Troy if he can hold on to 4th place after tagging that wall, losing a whole lot of ground. Doug Wysocki said he had a great car, was sniffing at the top 5. Here he is in 5th place. Looking at 8 laps to go, a lot of room around him. Running very solidly in 5th place right now. Chris McCullough in the 42 is in 6th. Seventh place is the 1 machine of Dustin Ping as the caution flag is going to come out. Not sure if it was Chris Mefford in the 46. It looks like it is. Chris Mefford, Zachary Taylor make contact coming off of turn number 2. And Mefford hard into the inside wall. Taylor in the 9, spinning down the backstretch. And this is going to change everything. Jerry West, his lead is wiped out. I gotta believe everyone's gonna come down pit road for 4 tires. Atlanta is so particular about the tires. If you are deep in the field, you might gamble and take 2. But if you want to win this thing, I feel you have got to have 4 tires on that car, because we're going to have 3 laps to go when we get the green flag. And yes, everyone taking 4 tires here. Drivers rolling off of pit road pretty much how they entered it. Jerry West, first one off of pit road on 4 fresh ones. Everyone who hit pit road going with 4 tires. That just goes to show how important these tires are here at Atlanta. Even though they'd have just a handful of laps left, everyone knows they need tires. This Atlanta surface gobbles them up in a hurry. One car that has stayed out, did not make a pit stop. Mentioned if you were deep in the field, maybe make a gamble on this pit strategy. Well, that's the 21. Stephen Carey did not make a pit stop. He is on 7-lap-old tires, but he has scored the race leader. He's gonna have his work cut out for him, trying to get these A cars up to speed on old tires here, no matter how many laps it is. We saw Sean Cool on 4 fresh tires spin the tires, crash into the outside wall on a restart. Stephen Carey has got to be careful, even though it's not that old. It's a lot of old here in Atlanta. All right. I believe we'll see the lights go out on the pace car this time. Carey in the 21 gonna choose the outside lane for this restart. Jerry West in the 86 on the inside. We'll have 2 laps to go when they take the green flag. Can Stephen Carey have a gain from where he was running? I really don't think he's going to be able to hold off Jerry West. In fact, I know he's not going to be able to hold off the 86. The 99 and the 55, those are going to be hard to hold off as well. Very dependent on Carey getting through the throttle cleanly and quickly, and he does it. Jerry West spun his tires in the 86. Steve Baker in the 55 is going to motor right on past Jerry West, and now Baker sets his sights on the 21 machine with 2 laps to go. Baker down the backstretch, going to use the draft, make the move to the outside here. Jerry, oh, we got cars spinning. Caution flag is out. We're going to have a green-white checkered here. Doug Wysocki in the 45 was turned around, facing the wrong direction. Chris McCullough bounced off the 48 into the 45. The 46 got caught up into it. 3 wide down the backstretch, and the 42 of Chris McCullough started pinballing between those two cars. We're going to have our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Stephen Carey was doing a great job of fending off the 55 of Steve Baker. He got that car up to speed. Jerry West spun the tires. And if I'm the 21 of Carey, I am not too happy that we could not finish this thing. He is going to have to pull it off one more time. So Baker this time is going to be starting on the outside of Carey or the inside, depending on which lane Carey chooses. The outside lane worked very well for the 21 that time. I think we'll see him try it once again. But Steve Baker, smart driver, followed the 21 very closely. Unfortunately, the 42 of Chris McCullough will be unable to continue on. He's packed up. He is headed home for the night. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Got a little bit of damage fixed on that thing. He is back rolling again. Chris Mefford in the 46. Got tagged by those spinning cars. He is back on pit road to work out some more damage. That will leave us with 13 cars running in this race. I'd love to do an interview with Carey right now, but don't want to break his concentration. I'd like to see if he can pull it off again. Very impressive start. It's like everyone's starting to line up. And yes, the lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. I believe this is our first attempt at a green-white checker. Don't know if that previous one counted as one or not. We'll just have to play it by ear. So now Carey has to try and get through the gearbox cleanly once again. This time his new competitor on the inside will be the 55 of Steve Baker. Ford Mustang getting out of the way. Field gets up to speed. Onto the throttle we go. And Carey does it once again. Carries that 21 iBuyPower to the lead. Baker in the 55 now with some help on his inside. The 99 of Dustin German, and Baker's going to make a move to the inside here. Jerry West gonna follow suit, and Stephen Carey trying to hold on. He's gonna fall to 4th place here, and Steve Baker moves to the front of the field. White flag this time. And Steve Baker protecting the inside line. Jerry West in the 86 is the one at Dustin Ping. Is going to go airborne. We stay green. And Steve Baker is going to come across the line, your race winner, picking up his 2nd win in 2 races. And Dustin Ping in the 1 went for a wild ride there. But Steve Baker is going to be your race winner here tonight in that 55 machine. Stephen Carey holds on to finish in 4th place. But Jerry West and Dustin German round out the podium as Baker burns it down in celebration. Nobody go anywhere. We're going to set up our post-race show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have an SSR team lockout of the front, or of the podium, I should say. I apologize. And heading up the top spot is none other than the 55 of Steve Baker. Steve, congratulations on that race win, man. Nice job.
I appreciate it, KR.
4 tires seem to work, but man, the 21 of Stephen Carey making a bold move, not coming down pit road, restarting in the outside lane, got a good jump on you, but you had to claw some ground back. Tell us about that final start.
Yeah, I think tires were the way to go. I mean, you saw it here, 1, 2, 3, and all of us pitted. We definitely debated on whether or not to, but tires had been the way to go all night long, and so it definitely paid off.
Paid off big as all 3 of you teammates on the podium here battling for the finish. Jerry West in the 86 making some moves on the outside, maybe trying to make you look in your mirrors and miss your marks. We saw you down the backstretch hold tight to that inside lane. What were you thinking? What were you feeling as that was going on?
Oh, just, you know, these tires, once you get fresh ones, you can pretty much flat out drive it for a few laps, and I knew I had to protect the bottom there. That's how I got past the 21, and Jerry definitely raced me hard, but raced me clean there, and I think I lucked into it a bit there. Him and Dustin were checked out there before that, you know, the green-white checkers started. I think Jerry would have come away with a win here tonight if it wasn't for that. Him and Dustin were way up there, about 5 seconds ahead of me. So sometimes you definitely luck into them, but I think them two had the class cars tonight.
Well, the 55 makes it 2 for 2. Great start to the season for you. What is it? What is it about this 55 car right now that has got you pulling into victory lane both times, both races of the season so far?
I don't know, man. It's just I think I've adopted Jerry's philosophy a little bit more with the just be a little bit more patient, ride it a little easier, and you know, like he always says, man, just be there at the end. And that's what it was tonight. It's paid off 2 weeks in a row. Paid off yesterday with the mods in AMA Modified Series. So see how long we can keep this streak going. But there's a lot of fast guys in here, so you never know.
Well, man, congratulations on the race win. Before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, shout out to my teammates Josh, Jerry, Dustin. Shout out to SSR Racing, or Smoke Show Racing, SRTV Network on the hood, and Tyler and Mike, like I said earlier, for them putting the show on, and as always, you, KR, for the great broadcasts.
All right, that is the driver of the 55 machine, Steve Baker, picking up his second win of the season in as many races that this season is old. What a great job by that 55 machine. Congratulations to our race winner. Now it's time to talk to our second place finisher, and that is the driver of the 86 machine, old Jay Weezy himself, Mr. Jerry West. Man, oh man, you brought this thing home second. Had to be a little bit of disappointment when you saw the caution come out when you had a 4-second lead on the field.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely. I'm always disappointed when I see a caution flag. You know, I like to run green flag, and you know, I don't have the best of luck. You know, when we do these green white checkers, at least this season, anyways. You know, it's something new here, so we're trying to get better at it. Put ourselves in the mix a little bit more, but you know, in doing that, you gotta give a little bit of risk. You know, you gotta take that chance, and we're doing it here. But luckily, I was surrounded by good drivers. You know, and congrats to Steve on the win. Good to see him win again. Of course, it's my teammate, so we had a good run here tonight as a team. But yeah, I think I would have had this thing if it would have went green.
Well, 86. Very solid all night long. You led for 51 laps. Bring it home in second place here. Not a bad race overall at Atlanta. It looked like tires were key. Drivers were fighting tooth and nail for spots on the track all race long. But somehow this car looks like it doesn't have a scratch on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a scratch on it tonight. It's been a pretty clean race for us, and you know, patience is key. And you know, hopefully guys will watch us as a team, and when they go back and watch these broadcasts, then they'll realize, you know, that we're just being patient. You know, earlier in the race when we were behind Dustin and Troy, you know, we were just riding there and just waiting for our moment to capitalize. And as soon as their tires went away, we shot right around them, traded some laps there to get each and everybody a point. Me, Josh, Dustin, and Steve. So you know, we had a great race here tonight as far as points go, and I'm not sure if I led the most laps. I'm kind of hoping so. That way I'll walk out of here with the most points here. So hey man, no ill feelings against him for winning this race. I'm glad it was him, if it wasn't me. So hey man, can't wait till next week. It was a lot of fun out here, so I'm just glad to be here.
All right, Jerry, well, before we let you go, final shout outs, thank yous.
Absolutely. The guys that put on this thing, man, the AMA Pro Cup Series is awesome. And Tyler Hilton and Mike, they do a great job over here with the adminning, or however you say that. Man, the administration part of this thing is top of the line. And I love being able to go back and watch all the stuff that they put together for us. They put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes, man, and I tip my hat to them for that, because it keeps it interesting. So I can't wait to see the post-race report and all the stuff that they put out for this race here at Atlanta. So a big shout out to them for that, and of course all my teammates over at Smoke Show Racing. Glad that we was able to put on another smoke show for you guys here, get the win here tonight. And you in the booth, all the people that watch, and SRTV Network on the hood.
All right, man, congratulations on second place. Nice job. on a very well-driven race.
All right, thanks, KR. Hope you enjoyed it.
Sure did. Jerry West, driver of the 86 machine, bringing it home second place. Now it's time to talk to our third place finisher and the final driver of the podium, Dustin German in the 99 Smoke Show Racing, locking out the podium. You guys had a team effort for putting all your cars at the front of the field. Dustin, you led for 16 laps. Tell us about your race, what was going on out there with y'all.
Yeah, it was just a total team effort, man. Once we kind of got settled out and got to the front of the pack, we kind of just worked together and try to help each other out and try to keep everybody else at bay. You know, it was kind of hard, especially the way the cautions were falling. We wasn't exactly getting to a green flag run and a caution would pop. So, we were just trying to help each other out. But yeah, I had a fast car, man. Kind of fast up front, but I think he burned his tires up a little bit up front, trying to keep ahead of everybody. But all in all, man, a great night for smoke show racing for sure.
Well, the 99 got a lot of rubber on it, but it doesn't look like there's a scratch on there, but there were some close calls for you. Tell us about your race overall and what you were seeing out there on this very tricky Atlanta track.
Yeah, the race started good, man. I think I started, towards the back, and I worked my way up. And we had an early caution, restarted 13th, and from 13th, man, I walked up to second place, up through the field on that green flag run. And right then I knew, I had a good car, it would contend for the win for sure. And once we got to the front, it was, we weren't going to relinquish it. So, yeah, it was a good race, man. Like you said, we had a few close calls. I don't think we got a scratch on it. I got no X's, so that's always a good night, and it's always a good night to get your team up front.
Well, Dustin, congratulations on the third place finish. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Hey, man, I just want to thank you, KR, and everything you do coming out here on one of your nights off, man, or free time you can spend with your family. You come out here and call these races. And I just want to thank everybody here in the AMA Pro Cup Series, Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company Cup Series, but then Tyler Hilton and Mike Massengill, he's up there calling this thing. He's a live admin, so and Tyler Hilton put it on. And like I said, everybody else is in this thing and smoke show racing, and this all new Ford Mustang. I know how much you like Mustangs.
Ford Mustangs, so fun. All right, Dustin, congratulations, third place for you, man. Job well done. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, bud.
All right, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network, as this was a very exciting time at Atlanta. I'll tell you what, 250 miles for this glitter and grace race, very exciting. We saw a lot of action. These drivers were mixing it up from the drop of the green flag. Everyone trying to claw some inch of real estate. It did lead to a few cautions, but overall, I really thought that tonight's race was very exciting from start to finish. So it's time to go through our finishing results. Steve Baker gonna pull off the win. Jerry West in second. Third place going to Dustin German. Stephen Carey will end up in fourth place with a bold strategy move. Troy Radford rounds out the top five, and a good recovery for him. Devin Rogers in the 18 machine will finish sixth. Seventh will be Trey Bass. Zachary Taylor ninth. In the 9 machine will be eighth. Joshua Spalding in the 48 will be ninth. Chris Medford, our pole sitter, will round out the top 10. Dustin Ping, unable to finish the race as something happened to him. We tried to catch the replay, but just wasn't going to work out. Kenneth McCullough in 12th, finishing that 03 machine 1 lap down. Chris McCullough in the 42 is 13th. 14th will be Tony Quadros, 15th will be Doug Wysocki. Wendell Lowe will be in 16th place. 17th going to Cade Green. 18th, Tyler Hilton. 19th, Darren Bruce. Dave McCullough will finish 20th. 21st, Ray Radford. 22nd, Sean Cool. And Darren Ray will finish 23rd spot. Huge shout out to Mike Massengill, as he was our race admin. Had a chance to race. Could have been out there, but he instead sat behind the microphone. Made sure these drivers towed the line. It's not an easy job or fun to do. And Mike, we salute you. We thank you for your efforts in race control here tonight. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for joining me. My name was KR Stolfus. And as I said, if you enjoyed the broadcast, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share, spread the word that Turn 3 Racing Network is here and doing a great job. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you all come and join us next week as we are at Phoenix, also known as ISM. And I look forward to seeing all your bright, shiny, and pretty faces then. Guys, have a good night. That will do it for me. I am out.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.